Hi everyone, this is Aaron with Crypto Trends. Today is March 10th, 2019. Topic for today, will Wall Street FOMO? Yeah, will Wall Street FOMO? Also, DigiByte and LTC, they are changing the world as well as Bitcoin. First off, this is not financial advice, just my opinion. So let's go take a look at Wall Street. What is going on? And let me get here, and we'll go over here to the handy little site, tradingview.com. So I was doing my usual thing, just, staring at the Bitcoin, looking at the 1 minute, watching the little ups and downs. But anyway, what I noticed is that I was scanning the list over here on the far right. And I come down here, I look at the Dow Jones, the DJI, Dow Industrial Average, right? And it is down 22.99, almost 23 points. Okay, so if you're looking at this, you're looking at a whole bunch of red, okay? You show up tomorrow because it's like Sunday night here. And so you show up in the morning on Monday, and what do? You see red. Okay, and then you scroll on down the list and you say, okay, well, there's the Nikkei. Yeah, okay, fine. And then all of a sudden you see Bitcoin. And before, Bitcoin was like 5% up. But I still think it's going to go up a bit. We'll see. You see how it goes up and down? Yeah, so right now it's going down, but by Monday it could be up. But anyway, I was looking at this for most of the day, and it was up, right? Until we got this nice candle here right when I'm recording. But nevertheless, whether it's today or tomorrow, whatever, the people on Wall Street are going to be looking at these numbers, and they're going to be looking at Bitcoin. Okay, they're going to be looking at Bitcoin, and they're going to be seeing increases, right? And also, what do we have going on in the Bitcoin realm as far as Wall Street goes? We have Fidelity that launched to, granted, it's a limited launch for selected investors of their clients as a limited rollout, but that was Fidelity, and boy, doesn't that sound like they are really going to pump that up as far as marketing goes to really get the excitement going. And I'm thinking that's one of the reasons what's going on here is that people are actually buying Bitcoin in anticipation of what Fidelity can do or what it's going to be doing. That's what I think. Also, we have the whole Venezuela thing going on. Nevertheless, my point is that people are going to be scrolling these lists, and they're going to be seeing Bitcoin do, 5%, 10% gains, while they're at, a 0.09 or 0.1%, stuff like that. And so they're going to be saying, that looks pretty interesting, right? And here's XLM ETH that's on the list here, and that's plus 1.7%. 1.8% just about. And so they're going to be looking at these percentages, and then we can see ETH jump or actually crypto jump a pretty big percent as compared to a lot of Wall Street stuff. So that alone, the tickers are going to be enticing people to go take a look, and whether they go to Fidelity or someplace else, I think that they might do that for because they have to, because it's their job, and so they'll do whatever. But when they get home, don't you think that they'll open up an account and be trading crypto on their own time? Yeah, I do, and I think a bunch of them are already. Nevertheless, so that's what I think. I'm thinking that Bitcoin and stuff with Fidelity and a lot of the new marketing stuff that is going to come about is really going to be driving not just Bitcoin but other coins prices, and so we'll see, and we'll see if it reaches a FOMO level. So I just thought you'd think that that's interesting, because TradingView is a popular site for a lot of people. Interesting stuff. Okay, so that is Bitcoin. We can see Bitcoin, yeah, just took that little dump here. Oh well. Best luck to all the Bitcoin holders out there, right? Okay, let me kill this. Yeah, I know. I need to subscribe to TradingView. Okay, so what is going on with Litecoin? Well, first off, let's go to Litecoin. If you haven't been there, it's litecoin.org. Check them out. Do your research. They've been around for a while, right? One of the oldest currencies out there, same as DigiByte. But ask yourself this: if you're a big supporter of Litecoin, or you're a big supporter of DigiByte, and you're wondering, well, okay, well, you already have bags and stuff like that. You already use it. You already talk to vendors, merchants, asking, do they take Litecoin? Do they take DigiByte? Do they take Bitcoin? That type of thing. And they probably, stare at you like some type of drug cow, right? Nevertheless, how you can help them being Litecoin and DigiByte, is, open up a node, spin up a node, run a node. There's lots of ways to do it. Run a node, get into the mining stuff, and support the network, okay? So that's really a great way on how to do that. But here's an article from a Venezuelan economist, and this is Aaron Almos. And he's basically saying that, yeah, he likes cryptocurrency. It's good to step in as a temporary means, he thinks, because, yeah, okay, fine. His overall end goal is to re-strengthen the bolivar. Whether that happens or not, we'll see. And this is just one guy, but he is a crypto enthusiast down in Venezuela. The link below to this is it's in the comments. But he's saying right here, let's go to the most interesting thing. Okay, crypto as a solution. Yet in the midst of this crisis, the whole Venezuelan crisis, right? Almost believes cryptocurrency could help form a solution, in part because adoption is already happening. Yay, that's what we want to hear. Adoption is already happening. And we know that adoption is a lot of people are getting Bitcoin, Litecoin, DigiByte, and Dash, and some others, sent directly to them. But are they actually using them? Okay, are they actually using them for stuff? And let's go ahead and read down here. Let's see, I'm looking for it here. I lost my space. But basically, he said that the US dollar is being hoarded, okay, and it's not being spent. Same goes for the cryptos. The cryptos are being hoarded and not actually being spent. But what they do spend is the worthless, pretty much bolivars if they can get it, or the smaller denomination USDs. And yeah, of course, this is one person's outlook and stuff. I think, I'm not boots on the ground. I think there are cryptocurrencies that are being used. And DigiByte actually has feet on the ground, boots on the ground in Venezuela. They're helping out with, last thing I looked, they were helping out with like a kids orphanage or school or something like that, humanitarian stuff, and that's great. Spreading the word about DigiByte and all that good stuff. Litecoin is down there. People know about Litecoin, and then the Bitcoin thing. The central bank of Venezuela has just recently started to accept remittances. In other words, you can send money to the central bank of Venezuela, and they will, in turn, change that into bolivars and give it to give the bolivars to the recipient. Okay, yeah, that's kind of like what's going on, and people are saying, why on earth do I want to do that? I'll just send it directly, and then the people can sell it for whatever if they want on local bitcoins. And so local bitcoins has really seen a huge increase in usage. I was wondering if there was like a chart here or not. No, not in this article. But, it's interesting down there to take a look to see what's going on with the whole cryptocurrency market. And Litecoin, because yeah, it's fast. It's a currency. It's been around for a while. It has low fees, and yeah, it has good liquidity. Same goes for DigiByte, right? DigiByte, very fast, good liquidity, super decentralized, just on and on. I mean, I can talk for a long time now about DigiByte. Anyway, both of those are great. And then Bitcoin. Bitcoin, of course. I mean, you have local Bitcoin just going hog wild down there. That could also, like I said, be the case for the recent uptrend that we've been seeing in cryptos of late. So we'll see. But that is about it. And let me go ahead and break out the chat. So try to keep the little topic short. There we go. So now we'll go into the chat. And hello, everyone. How's it going? Thanks for watching. All right. So Fawad says, hey, what's going on, my brother? Hey, Fawad. How you doing, man? Hope all is well. Christoph. Hey, how's it going, Christoph? Hey, Todd. How's it going? And Fawad wants to know if I have heard of Maker, as in MakerDAO, where they are getting the MakerDAO, where they are like consolidating Ethereum and stuff like that. Yeah, I've heard of them. You know, they're doing their thing. Let's go ahead and go to CoinGecko and bring up Maker, see where they're at. They've been making some. There they are. They're like number 18 now. Okay. And yeah, so I'll just bring them up. There they are. You know, this is on 24-hour. Let's go to the 14-day. Yeah, ups and downs. You know, this market is just ups and downs sometimes. So yeah, here is Maker. If we go to their social, we'll check them out. Good following. Pretty good following on Twitter. Notice steady growth here on Twitter. That's great. So they're gaining popularity. They're getting noticed and stuff like that. And there's Maker. So, you know, guys, do your own research on Maker. And, yeah, you can go ahead and, you know, click on their website and do all that stuff. MakerDAO.com. Realizing the potential blockchain, Maker is comprised of a stable coin, collateral loans, and a decentralized governance. So, there you go. You guys can go ahead and read that, and that is Maker. Yes, so I am familiar with Maker. Really haven't given it hardly any attention, really. I've been concentrating on DigiByte and Litecoin and Ambrosis and Ven, VJane out there. I still call it Ven because I'm old school, old time holder of Ven. Good old VJane. And some other coins, of course. So, but I really don't pay much attention to Maker. In the comments, put why you like Maker. You know, what have you heard about it? Oh, Double X says, sold my LTC for DGB for DigiByte. All right. So let's compare those charts, shall we? Let's look at DGB. I'll look at them both versus ETH, okay? This is DGB. Well, that's on the 45-minute. Let's go to the 4-hour. 4 hours is always good. And yeah, look at all those squiggly lines. What the heck? Okay, yeah. So I have a box up here, and it's like heading straight up towards it. Doesn't, you know? Awesome, cool. Have my little lines going. Yeah, I mean, DigiByte's doing pretty awesome. So yeah. It's looking sehr gut to me anyway. That's just my opinion. How do you think that chart looks? You know, it's going up. Zoop. So we'll see. Let me get this. There. That looks a little bit better, huh? Zoop. There you go. Pretty nice pattern of late. Hopefully it continues for about the next 20 years, right? Yeah. So that is DGB versus ETH. And, yeah, let's go take a look at LTC. And we'll also look at that versus ETH. We'll do that on Bittrex. There you go. That looks pretty good as well. Notice here, it's really close to its all-time high versus Ether, isn't it? It's real close. We'll move it up a bit. And what else is going on? Had a big old V, and it's skyrocketing up, and it's still going up. And looks like it's starting to consolidate a bit. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it goes up. Look at this pattern right here. This is a fractal pattern right here. So fractal pattern, you have your V, right? Goes up, hits. This was also near, like, let's call it a pretty high resistance, okay? So it gets real close to the upper resistance, which is a previous high, relatively speaking, in this time frame. So it was pretty close there. I'll just draw a little line there. Pretty close, went up, found resistance, whammo. Okay, so that was for this relative range. V went up, dropped down, consolidated a little bit, dropped. So we'll see what happens. And did a retest and dropped down. And all of a sudden now we have another fractal of the whole same thing. We have the V. It's going up. It's trying to make up its mind. So what it's going to do. Is it going to go up here, test, and then we'll see. Or is it going to go sideways and do kind of a little bit of a bleed? We'll see. Anyway, so do you like that chart? Let's go back and take a look at ETH. See if it's kind of doing, excuse me, of DigiByte. See if it's kind of doing the same thing. Okay, so its relative high is right around in here. Okay, just real rough. There. Okay, there you go. So compared to this, compared to, if you look at it the same way, compared to Litecoin, this one has a little bit more ways to go. And granted, it can go down, guys. Everything can take a big dump tomorrow. So, yeah, it's up and down. You know how it goes. But here we do have a double bottom, which a lot of people like. That's they think it's a pretty bullish sign, right? Having a double bottom. And it's a nice big, because it's a nice big W. All right, W's we like, M's we don't. So that's a nice big W. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Keep in mind here, if we're taking a look at fractals, we can also say this is a relative bottom and then this is a relative bottom, making a very, making a very similar W, right? You see that? Where this is the W. And so we can see what happens. It could do the same thing where it did the W, and granted that's a little bit skewed, and it can just blah, right? Go down and hit this support line. Don't know, we'll see. I mean, you know, it's a call. But which one do you like better? Do you like DigiByte better? You like Litecoin better? I like them both, actually. I like them both. I am really liking DigiByte of late. I think I actually like that a little bit more. But it's not, you know, I'm not opposed to owning both, okay? By any means. But yeah, so you sold LTC and you purchased DigiByte. So best of luck to you. Best of luck. Todd says, if I see red, it means buy. Yeah. That's how I am. If I see something going parabolic, I get FOMOP. FOMOP. Fear of missing out on profits. And so I'll give you an example here in the DigiByte, just for example. So it's going up, parabolic, right? Parabolic. When it hits the nosebleed level, I'm starting to say, oh, uh-oh, and it starts to taper off a bit. I'm going, uh-oh. And then I usually get too nervous, and so I always miss the top, and so I sell. Okay, that's just me. Okay, a lot of people sell here, but I'm not average. So a lot of people sell here. A lot of people did. You see, look at that. They sold. You have to have a buy to have you have to have someone sell to buy. But for me, when it gets nosebleed stuff like that, I get nervous. Sometimes I wait until there's a second dip like this, and I watch it really. A second high, and I watch it really close, and then I'll wait for the first tick of the red. That's what I do. And if that's it, that's what I do. As soon as I see tick red, boom. And then you can have, your sets, you can have your limits and stuff like that, your orders placed. But I found that sometimes when you have your orders placed, you have the bot hunters, that search for the orders that are stuck in. So I usually stick mine in for about 4 or 5 minutes, and then I yank it if I'm getting real nervous about selling. I'm usually pretty much doing that manually, because you have the bot hunters out there that are looking for the orders, and they tend to wipe them out. It's just one of those things that I've noticed. Anyway, but yeah, when it's red, assuming it's down, that's when things look tasty, because I like to be a bottom feeder. I'm a bottom feeder, and bottom feeder shark, that's my terrible shark. Okay, and so yeah, eat that up. That's what I try to do anyway. Does it work all the time? No. I mean, whatever. But in theory, that's what I try to do. I try to buy at the bottom and sell at the top, just like everyone else. Sometimes it doesn't work out so great. Oh well. C'est la vie. As long as you win on average, there you go. But yeah, red is tasty. Blood in the water. Be a shark. Be a shark. Thanks for the comment, Todd. So Fawad asks, do I have a favorite low market cap coin? Something like the key. Yeah, the key. Also, we took a look at one yesterday that's interesting. Let me get rid of Maker here. Maker's there, and people are talking about it. I just don't have an interest in it. Let's see. Where am I looking at? Let me kill that thing. Let me kill Litecoin. Check out Litecoin, guys, if you haven't. Check out DigiByte if you haven't. Pretty awesome projects, man. Both inexpensive on fees. Very inexpensive. Both fairly quick. I do prefer DigiByte as far as quickness and speed. And that's just me. But then second, I like Litecoin. Okay, let's go to Binance. Go over to ETH, the alts market. Yes. We'll just arrange this alphabetically. Well, here's one of my favorites. Okay, Ambrosis. Okay. Whether you want to call that a small cap or not, I mean, that's one of my favorites. Okay. But where is it? Oh, I'm on the wrong exchange. I need to go over to KuCoin. Okay. Little markets. SPHTX. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? We were looking at that last night. This is on an 8-hour. Nice place to have an order. Let me scroll out. Beautiful. Huge sell volume. This is also really nice. I love to see a low volume green. Boom. Notice it came all the way down here. Huge sell volume. If there wasn't any interest in this, then the price would have just stepped down here and continued on, right? But it went all the way down and it got pushed all the way back up to here. That's what happened. Boom. And it's continuing its trend, it looks like, but we'll see. But yeah, a huge sell. Interesting. So you guys tell me if you like that or not. I'm looking into this one. I'm starting to give it some consideration and see. So let's go back and where do you find out SPHTX? Let's go look at it on here. It's Sophia. It's ranked 401. Yeah, big drop, boom, 24 hour. So that's what it did, okay. Dropped all the way down and zip, came back up. 7 day, down 53%, 14 day. Yeah, now we're talking. 1 year, down 96.7%. Yeah. Look at that dump, yeah. Yeah, here's one for Todd. This thing is like red all over, right? Look at all that red. There you go, Todd. Do your research. Check this one out. We looked at it last night. Not saying buy. All I'm doing is suggesting do your research on it. They have like, they call it like their Excalibur thingy. The first business application of Sophia TX blockchain simplifies financial reporting. That's a huge thing, man. Financial reporting is a bear. I used to have to write accounting programs for reporting. I hated reports. Anyway, Ernst and Young, okay, and then mainnet Q4 2018, yay, okay, and SAP. So these guys are like integrated with SAP and Oracle. Those are like huge, okay. SAP, huge. So they have a client SDK working on mobile app. Check them out, okay. Granted, keep in mind this is not sexy. It is not exciting. It is a whole bunch of knots. It is not increasing in value of late. Will it catch the eye of a lot of people? I don't know. It'd be like one of those people usually don't know of SAP or understand the magnitude on its market penetration, on how much it's used in companies and stuff like that. But do research on SAP, okay? Do research on Oracle if you haven't heard of Oracle. And then go back and do research on Sophia TX. And you tell me what you guys find. If you think SAP is anything, has any significance at all, let me know. Okay, so there's one for you, Fawad. Check them out. Check them out. Is it a favorite? No, it's not a. It's not one of my favorites. My favorite low cap right now is like the key. And then also that Medi block. Remember that Medi block? Yeah, that's been a favorite of mine for a very long time, since gosh, 2017 sometime. For a long time. So check out the Medi block, and that is the MedX. It's the one, because the X, it went onto the Ethereum. I think it used to be on Qtum, and now it's on Ethereum. Oh yeah, Todd's saying basically waiting to see if it's going to do, if Bitcoin's going to do its Sunday dump. Yeah, tell me about it. I was looking at that, and that's when I noticed that Bitcoin was actually up like 3%, something like that. I'm thinking, you know, these Wall Street guys looking at this, they're going to see the ticker. They're seeing a bunch of red. And they're going to go over to Bitcoin and they're going to look at this chart and they're going to say, oh, it was up here. It stabilized there. It dropped down there. It's in a trading range. It's going up. They know about Wyckoff. They know about Wyckoff stuff. That's how this is all marked up. They know about that. They know trading ranges. It's upper and lower ranges and stuff like that. They know how to chart. They also have the word that we don't have. They also know what's going on that we don't have. But anyway, so, we'll see what's going on with that. And whether or not it's going to have its dump. So let's go to the 1 hour. I like the 45 minute actually better than the 1 hour. And lo and behold, it came down and it just bounced off my line I have here. And it went up. So yeah, looks like it's just following this line. Hopefully it continues. Hopefully it continues, because usually if there's a dump, it's right around between 8 o'clock and midnight Pacific Standard Time is what I've noticed. That's when they dump it. And yeah, for some reason. Also around 12 midnight, 1:30 in the morning for Eastern Time, New York time. That's what I've noticed when the dumps have hit. So it's getting a little bit late, but that doesn't mean it can't go. Let's look at this one here. Let's look at the day. Yeah, Sunday dump, right? Sunday dump, so we'll see. So maybe this candle, maybe it's getting ready. I don't know. Hopefully not. Anyway, enough of that. Just reading comments here. Thanks for commenting, guys. Really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, get notified, smash the like button, helps the channel. So Fawad asks, I've been listening to some really smart trades and they believe that the market has further to go down before a rebound. Yeah, I mean, who's an expert in this, really? I mean, who's really an expert? Nobody knows for sure, except for the composite operator, the ones that can make it go down. They're the ones that know. The other ones that's, yeah, they could be smart. Well, maybe they hit it, maybe they got lucky a few times. My opinion is that, yeah, it did go down. I think they're a little bit late. It did go down. Can it go down further? I'll show you some targets I have. Well, there's one target. It missed that target. Here's my next target. This is this is not a very nice target. We don't want to see it go down to this range. Okay? We don't want to see it go down there, and we don't want to see it go here, actually. But I like these targets better. But for it to go down, I mean, if it goes down, where's it going to go? It might hit there, might hit there. Otherwise, we're looking down here in this range. That would be like historical. But as we know, it blew through this resistance, and it blew through this resistance, and it dropped below. So the previous resistant lines, previous like support, because there's a lot of trading in that range, they don't mean jack. This thing could fall. This thing could fall hard, and then it'd be a cold winter. But I don't think it's going there. Okay, that's just me. I don't think it's going there. I think these boxes here are a lot more probable, primarily because we have Fidelity that just kicked in. That's going to be like a buzz on the street and it's been known about. Yeah, sure, but it actually happened. They're going to do that. We have backed right around the corner. We have another huge exchange that just did. I think it was in Switzerland or something like that. Just a huge one for ETFs. So we'll see. So there's excitement still in the market. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. OTC market's going crazy. We have this problem going on with Venezuela, and it looks like Argentina is going to really start taking the dump soon, like a big dump. So we'll see what's going on with Argentina, whether or not they'll try to escape into cryptos as some type of safe haven. Oh, don't forget to check out Safe Haven, SHA. That is on the VeChain blockchain. Okay, SHA. Interesting coin. Yeah, so we'll see what's going on here. But for it to go down and up, I think we've been there. I think we've been here at this selling climax here. It tried to go down again, and then Wyckoff has what is called a low volume failed sell off. So it went down here, and no more sellers. Okay, let's start going up. Anyway, that's Wyckoff stuff. Check out the Wyckoff charts. But I'm thinking it's going to go up here, but it could also go down here. Okay, it's a market nobody really knows for sure. Smart or not? Let's put it this way. How smart is it that a person relies on another person's input for their own trades, even though it might go against their own instincts and intuitions? Their gut feeling. You tell me. Follow your gut, follow your instincts. Thank you for the question. Todd says sent DGB. Oh, that is awesome, Todd. Thank you so much. Let me check. I know that when I received it the first time, that I did. Awesome. Thank you so much. That is very, very gracious. Yeah, it showed up. It's amazing how fast DigiByte shows up. I'm blown away by that. I mean, it's like heck, man. Transfer that from exchange to exchange instead of Bitcoin or Litecoin or something, man. Use DigiByte. Bam, it's there. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Was it fast? Yes, it was. I mean, it's already there. It's fast. Like the first time, I think it showed up. We're talking seconds, man. We're talking seconds. If you want to send me one Satoshi, okay? If you want to do that, we can do a test. And I'll do like a countdown. And I'll say send it. And we'll see how fast it goes. If you want to do that, put like, yeah, let's do that. Or whatever in the chat, okay? Just one Satoshi. Just as a test. Because, because like I'm in California, so that'll give you a, like how far distance ways you are from me. Yeah, smash the likes. Christoph says, I see DigiByte in the future. Awesome. Me too. Okay, Christoph asks, what do I think about the Lightning Network? I don't think DigiByte needs it, per se. Could be good for Litecoin. As far as Bitcoin goes, I don't like it. I don't mind it at all being on Litecoin. Not at all. I do not like it on Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin just to be the way it was, Bitcoin. And that's it. It's like the last thing I want to see on Bitcoin is sidechain stuff and smart contracts and all that. That's the last thing I want to see on Bitcoin. Bitcoin needs to stay Bitcoin, true to its original form. And it needs to be slow. It needs to be reliable. It needs to be what Bitcoin is, okay? It's different than the rest of the currencies. That's how I see it. So Lightning on Bitcoin, not a fan at all. Litecoin, yeah. Bitcoin, no. DigiByte, doesn't need it. That's how I see it. Web Surfer Guy asked, thoughts on Theta? Okay, thoughts on Theta. I looked at Smart Cash. It's just not for me. Okay, it's just not for me. Theta. Let's go look at Theta. And they've been like bumping of late, right? We'll blow it up. Here we go. So Theta went parabolic, and it looks like it's getting a little bit tired. Big red candle here, so we'll see what's going on. Could maybe just be doing one of these things, but as you know, so it had a really nice run up, and we'll see where it goes. Okay, I mean, I can't tell you for sure. Oh yeah, it's gonna go up and then keep on going, or go down, or what. I mean, it's the market, right? But anyway, as far as a project goes, I was actually looking more in depth in it today. And sad to tell you. Well, let's go over here. Okay, Theta. This thing's been pumped and pumped and pumped, right? But I went to their website. Okay, so these are my thoughts, okay? And I was looking at this, I'm thinking, all right, well, that looks okay. Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, there's Stephen Chen there. Yeah, okay, great, all this. They're going to have streaming and stuff. Okay, great. They have all this great stuff, right? Okay, awesome. And then I went over here. And I wasn't impressed, man. I'm not impressed at all with Sliver. Maybe you guys are, I don't know. I went here, not impressed. I'm thinking, okay, who are these guys going to compete against? They're called Netflix. It's called Amazon. Amazon has video streaming. It's called Vimeo. It's called YouTube. Can you think of any stiffer competition than that? So as far as I see Theta, for me, I'm not. I'm out. I'm out. It's because I do not like its fundamentals. Okay, I am not interested in this coin at all. And I probably won't be talking about it anymore until something big changes with them. Okay, but that's me, and I know I'm going against the grain, but that does not mean that it cannot have awesome price action. Okay, I'm not talking about price action. It could have awesome price action, could have terrible price action, but I don't care about that. It's like good luck. I'm done with Theta. Anyway, hope that answers your question. And that's just me. It doesn't necessarily mean it's for you. It could be fantastic for you, okay? Thank you for the question, though. I appreciate it. Okay, so Web Surfer Guy asks, once again, when I remote view, how do I get into the Theta brainwave? Do I meditate, listen to binaural beats, or some other method? I've been a long-term meditator for, going on 35 years. And I use a technique that's, it was taught to me by my Sifu, who knows, or he taught me this thing called Nadon. There's hardly any. So here's Nadon. You can look at it. Internal alchemy. You can read about that, okay? If you're interested in that. This isn't the greatest description of it. Neither is this one. This one is better than... anyway, with Nadon, that's what I practice. And it's part of a Taoist type of thing. And inside Taoist, you have basically something that's called, it's along the lines of divination, where you go into energies and stuff like that. And that's how I learned to do it. So it is an ancient Chinese technique. My Sifu said that the technique was passed down through his family line, and he said that he didn't know how old it was. It was before writing, just as a term that he just had no idea, but a long time. Anyway, that's how I do it. So, yeah, I basically go into the vibe of Theta. I go into the vibe of Theta, not the actual coin itself, because nothing is there. Nothing is there. Now, if I'm going into... You can go into the energy of like the company. The group of people that comprise basically, let's just call it a company for discussion. You can go into that overall group's energy and get the vibe, okay? That's one thing you can do. You can also go into the energy of what I often do for the most part is I go into the energy of the composite operators, the market makers, who may or may not be affiliated with a coin, right? They're just there to, their job is to take your money, right? And so I go into their energy for the most part. Anyway, hope that answers your question. It's really a long explanation. That's really a deep question, man. I could talk about it for it'll take like an hour to explain fully. Okay, also, how do I set my targets for remote viewing if they're supposed to be done blind? No, they're not. Not with this style. You can do them blind. I've done a blind. I've done a double blind. I've done. Was working on a police case, on a cold case, and I described the let's call them the perpetrator's vehicle, down to the tires, paint job, make of year, and general location of whatever happened. And all I had was a person's name. That was it. And I had no other information. And that's just so I could find the trail. Nothing is totally double blind. And let me explain that. Well, let's first say, what is blind? Okay. First level blind is where you don't know the target. Somebody gives you a target ID that's random number, usually 2 sets of numbers, whatever, if you're doing classical remote viewing type of thing. Okay, fine. So you get handed a number. The person handing you this random number knows the target. Great. So that would be single level blind. Double blind would be when the person handing you the number, or just a target reference, right? Target ID, whatever, also does not know of the target. So the person giving it to you is blind, and you are blind. And so, yeah, you can still pick it up. But the thing is, blind tests don't work, because what happens is that the person giving you the target, you tap into that person's energy. Whammo, you get the target. They don't have it. You get the target from whoever gave it to them. Wham, you follow it like a scent. You have the target. Okay, that can be done. It takes a little bit more time, so it's like, what's the use? Nothing is blind. The only thing that would be blind if something was completely randomly generated by a computer. Okay? But it would have to be completely random. The person at the computer couldn't type stuff in and say, hey, look at these things or whatever, and then pick the target and then say, okay, that's the one. No. It'd have to be completely randomly generated. But even that doesn't work. The thing is that nothing is truly double blind. The only thing you're doing is, if you get a target, hey, just tell me what you want, you know. I'll go in and look at it, and it saves time. Okay, that's all. I know classical remote viewers would argue against that, but I'm not a classical remote viewer. I can do it, and I've done it, but I like my style better. Thank you for the question. Remote viewing is cool. If you haven't seen the movie, I think it is, yeah. Whoops, I didn't mean that. Men Who Stare at Goats. Rent that, man. Rent that. Have fun. It's a fun movie. Okay? Very interesting. It's almost a documentary on the remote viewing on which the army did. There was a big RV thing going on. Big old psychic wars, psychic Cold Wars going on between the US and Russia for years. Interesting stuff. I gotta watch that again. That was entertaining. Yeah, so he says, yeah, he's interested in RV, and did I have a class or did I learn? No, I had a Sifu. I had a person that knew this special style of Qigong, that Neidan, and it's also, he learned it through his family lines on the way to do it, okay? I do teach people how to do it. That's one of the things that I do. I have classes and stuff like that, and I have students that I teach. It's a skill that everyone can learn. Not everyone is willing to practice and hone their skill. But for those that are, can actually see remarkable results. Let's put it that way. Let's see, I was at a Vaughn supermarket a few days ago and saw the Coinstar machine. Now says buy Bitcoin here. Yeah, imagine that. Insert cash here. Feels like mass adoption is right around the corner. Yep. If you want to see a remote viewing, or the results for the overall crypto market long term, to see where this whole thing is going, it's in my link below. It's in the link below. It says like future of Bitcoin or something like that. Watch that video, okay? It's from numerous, it's a summary of numerous remote viewings I've done for myself and for clients. DR Geek 100 says DGB is the coin. Yeah, I'm not gonna fight with you on that. I'm liking DGB a lot. The more I read and learn about it, the more I like it. Okay, web surfing guy's asking, how do I protect myself from having whatever you are remote viewing visit you after the RV session? Good question. There's numerous techniques that you can use. Like once again, that would take way too long to explain here. I definitely know what you mean, but it takes a lot of practice to get to the point to where you do not leave basically a scent or a trail back to your location. Yeah, covering your tracks. But anyway, that's about it. Yeah, if you have more questions on that, or want to learn remote viewing and stuff like that, put it in, not in the chat, but in the comments below, and we'll work something out, okay? Because I do have students from all over. I use Zoom, and that works pretty good. Anyway, that's about it, guys. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful rest of the week. Okay.